In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about choke and show you one of the situations that we had at my barn. If you're new here, my name is Brandy and this channel is all about horses and my real life experience with horses. So now something that I want to talk about too is the purpose of this channel, and that is to bring awareness. It's really important to me to share my experiences because I'm hoping that something that I do or say or see or whatever it is that I share can in some manner help somebody else. So in this particular situation, one of the girls at my barn was feeding the horses for me because I was getting ready to go somewhere. And she remembered watching a video that I had posted a couple of years ago about one of my horses choking. And she recognized the signs in another horse at my barn. So she was able to see that and contact me immediately, and we were able to call the vet within minutes of it happening. And so I was really happy to know that a previous video that I had made had actually helped someone at my own barn. To give you a little bit of background about the horse in this video, her name is Rayne, and I owned her for 10 years. Now, back in 2008, this horse did choke, and it was a mild case, but she's one to sort of really inhale her grain. So she's definitely a horse that is prone to choking. She really hasn't had grain for most of her life, but just recently got put on a supplement. And so she just needs a handful of grain to take that supplement, basically. So in this particular situation, she had been coughing for a couple of days, nothing very serious, and she does have some seasonal allergies, so it's pretty normal for her to have an occasional cough. But anytime we have a horse that develops any kind of symptoms like that, we do keep an eye on them. So in this situation, Tara was feeding the horses, and Rayne, while eating her grain, just laid down. And that's when I got the phone call. So let me show you everything that happened and what happened when the vet got here. Yep, and just keep her on a nice loose rope so she can move however she needs. As soon as symptoms were noticed, Rayne was immediately brought into the indoor arena, video footage was taken, and it was sent to the vet. It took about 45 minutes for our vet to arrive, and this was considered an after-hours emergency visit. Gosh, there's a lot of stuff coming out of there. While we were waiting for the vet, we just tried to keep Rayne as comfortable as possible. We let her walk around in the arena. We did let her lay down if she was going to be there quietly. If she tried to roll, we immediately got her up. We tried to clear the blockage simply by just rubbing her neck and trying to get it to break free. But in this case, Rayne definitely needed to be tubed.
It's literally impossible for them to throw up. So if stuff comes out from the stomach.
That's gross.
It's if stuff comes from her mouth, it's either something she coughed up from her lungs or something that's from her stomach, but it's not like she's actively puking. Usually it means that there's too much pressure in the stomach. Or all that was saliva, which makes sense if she's got a blockage. Okay, because she's swallowing. Yeah. So she's trying to swallow, it's bouncing off, and then at some point she can't swallow with enough pressure to keep it down there.
Oh, poor baby.
I want her to be relaxed.
Yeah.
Do this, so.
Oh.
When she laid down, was she rolling?
She attempted, but she didn't get over.
And then she just went down, but I got her up right away, so. And when I was feeding her, also something that I noticed, I was watching her, just make her, because she was sniffing at her grain, but she wasn't eating anything. And then she went down, and then I was like, yeah, that's not good. So then I grabbed her. Because she's the one that will gobble up her food very fast. So.
Poor baby. Why do the favorite horses always have to be sick?
Alright. We're gonna try and do this. Passes are two. You might get a bloody nose, especially if you have to go in and out a whole bunch. It's normal.
Are you comfortable with her being right there? Do you want to be anywhere else, or?
She's fine.
Okay.
If they need to come out, we can move. Yeah. Do you want to hold her for this part? Sure. Okay. So all you have to do, is what we're gonna try, is keep her head flexed like that.
Okay.
And if she flings her head, just try and keep her steady, but don't get whacked in the face.
Is that okay?
Uh-huh.
Last time I saw this one was
Oh, really?
That's a choke. That's a good picture.
What's that?
That's a choke.
She is choking?
Yeah. See it coming back out?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good picture. And then your next job is to hold this in her nose. So pinching it tight. Yep, right here, I'll show you. Pinch. Right there. Yep.
So this is relieving pressure.
Solution to pollution is dilution.
I have you saying that on video multiple times.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
This is probably the grossest thing I've ever done.
Uh-huh. You're doing so good here.
You stick with horses, they'll be grosser. I'll take it. Push it down a little bit more.
Ew.
Alright. Okay.
Does that go all the way to her stomach?
Yep.
If we're lucky.
Do you
See.
want to hold this bucket up for me?
I watched her do this with Miss Kitty, and some gnarly smelling stuff came out of her belly.
Put that over on the coat, will you? On the coat over there.
Those whole sunflower seeds. They like to plug up the tube.
Uh-oh.
So much stuff that has to come out.
Yep. I think it's too big, it won't go into your stomach yet. We just gotta flush some of it out and get it washed out.
How often do you have horses choke?
Oh, it depends. Usually I'll go in spurts. Usually when people change feeds or something. I think the last choke was maybe a month or so ago.
I had this horse choke in 2008. I had Miss Kitty choke 2 years ago. And then Nash choked not long ago, and I was able to
All right, I'm gonna push it in a little bit.
get it out.
Nope, hold it right there. On the East Coast, higher volume practice,
Yeah,
we would see multiple per week.
really, yeah.
Feely sometimes chokes on a regular basis, but I always can rub it out.
Yeah.
With, like, that shell.
Can I get a chair? Would that be easier?
No, I'm good. Huh.
I'm just gonna pull it like an inch. There you go.
I learned more stuff here than actually going to school. I swear. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna push back in.
Ew, that's gross.
Right there. We're bonking against it. Kind of see the tube kind of
Okay.
go back and
Well, it's clear now, so we got everything out, right? Ish.
it's not coming back at us as much.
Yeah.
Back up an inch. More than an inch.
Do you see horses choke on hay or just
Yes.
grain? They do
Everything.
choke on hay too.
Okay. That's good. That's stomach.
Oh, okay.
Gas. All right.
Does it stink?
Too bad. You want to smell it?
No.
It smells like grass.
I don't know how you're putting that in your mouth right now.
Wipe it off.
Ew.
There we go. Yeah. So how will you know when it unblocks?
Well, we got to her stomach, so we're there.
Okay.
We're gonna pull it out like 6 inches. Hold it there.
Now, is everything going to come back out, or will some stay in her belly?
It should all stay in the belly.
Okay.
It's a tube into a giant basketball
Got it.
size thing, so a lot more room in there.
Now, with her coughing the last few days, do you think that there is something going on here as it was, or?
Could have been brewing. She could have had a partial. All right, you can let go. Stop there. She could have had a partial obstruction, and then this just set her over the edge.
Okay.
So I'm worried that if it had been going on for multiple days, and especially with how dramatic it is, I usually start these guys on antibiotics.
Okay, yeah, that was going to be my question, is because you'd be worried about pneumonia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My mom had one that had pneumonia. Oh.
Oh, found some more. It's all about gravity.
So since this horse has choked before, would you recommend that when she gets her, because she only gets any feed because she gets a supplement.
Mm-hmm.
She probably would just eat the supplement. I should try
Probably
that.
need to decrease the amount of dry grain she's getting.
She gets a very small amount. But would you recommend maybe a soaked Timothy or something instead?
Yep.
Just mix that with her grain?
Yep,
I mean,
soaking.
her supplement?
Yep, soaking better. So I'm gonna blow some air back in here unless she wants to give me this last little bit. We're gonna blow some air in. I'm gonna kick the tube off and then I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay.
All right. We're good with that. All right.
Baby.
No bloody nose.
Good.
So she's good now?
Could be.
She should.
We got all the way into her stomach.
Okay.
So is there something that was upset in the stomach, like Rayne, and yes?
Nope. So it was a choke. So an obstruction of the esophagus. So it's a big long tube.
Oh god.
We got all the way down into the stomach. So she's gonna be irritated for a while though. But you get this big long tube that goes all the way down into the stomach. It gets irritated. Food gets stuck in there. Hers, I think, was pretty long. It took us a few pumps to get through. And then we got all the way into the stomach. So usually
like a steroid or injection?
pain meds and antibiotics.
Anti-inflammatory?
Yeah, anti-inflammatory. Sometimes we'll also do a medication called sucralfate if her esophagus is that irritated.
I do have some.
That might be nice.
Interesting.
So where you felt that obstruction, is it gone?
Yeah.
Okay, so at one point we could feel
It's
something
okay.
right there.
Yep. The esophagus on the horse is on this side, the left side.
I was wondering how you could tell if there's an obstruction without actually going in, and you can actually feel it.
Yeah. Sometimes, not every time.
That's
So-
good then, so you know the fix might be pretty easy.
Yeah. My only concern is that she's so irritated and she just did a little cough after. They'll sometimes inhale stuff up into their sinuses too. So antibiotics will be good.
Okay.
And it's super rare, but bad things can happen, like a rupture of the esophagus. If that were to happen, we would have tons of swelling, heat, pain.
Okay.
I don't think that's the case, but we'll just watch out for
Watch
that,
for it.
especially because it was really irritated right here.
Okay.
So the sedation will probably take half hour to wear off.
Okay.
But that's great because the lower she holds her head, the more stuff drains out and she doesn't
Okay.
inhale it back in. So I'm going to give her a shot of Banamine before
Okay.
I leave.
Good.
Just to make sure she gets that.
So antibiotics for how long?
We'll start with 5 days.
Okay.
And if you need
Once a day or twice a day?
Twice.
Twice a day.
You're going to do the liquid like we got for
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, it has been a couple of months since Rayne choked, and she is doing absolutely wonderful. Now, just so you're aware, any horse can choke at any time on anything. And they can choke on hay, they can choke on, from chewing on wood, they can choke from eating grain, they can choke from anything. And some horses are just more prone to it than others. And this particular horse really loves her food and eats too fast. Now, Rayne's recovery was very simple. So she had to stay in a stall for 24 hours with no food, only water. And she wasn't very happy about that. This horse doesn't like to be in a stall as it is, and she really likes food. So taking away her food was very offensive to her. But she did just fine. She also was on antibiotics for 5 days, just in case there was a risk of any kind of infection or pneumonia or anything like that. But she is doing wonderful. She coughed for, there was probably a lot of irritation and such in her throat. So she coughed for quite a while. I want to say maybe 2 weeks following her choke. But besides that, she is doing fabulous. All right, well, I hope you found this video interesting. I hope it can help somebody someday. I hope you don't ever have to go through this. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.